are all in the mending, and while reflecting upon all that has gone, life passes on till its ending, but pleasure and pain in our memories. My name is Dan Hummel. I'm an ex-American living here on the west coast of Ireland for the last 33 or 4 years, off and on. And I came over here in the summer of 1978 looking for a place to get me out of America and a perfect place for a Japanese hot tub. And I found this valley on the coast of Bantry Bay, and I've played around with the land. I've built this little stone house on the hill. Carried a lot of stones up here to build it. I've built a little garden. I've worked to stop sea erosion from down below and clear off the hillsides. Tried to make the place more comfortable human-wise and more beautiful. I came here from Seattle in the west coast of the United States, but I was raised more on the East Coast. Moved around when I was a kid. Pennsylvania, Florida, Washington, D.C., Pennsylvania, New Hampshire, a little bit of Indiana. And then I went to Japan and my early 20s, and that really changed my whole life course. I suppose the aesthetics as much as anything, the way the gardens look, the way they made trees look, the way the countryside looked, having been built by hand over 1,000 years, 2,000 years, whatever. I really like that. I like seeing people. I wasn't so interested in machinery. I didn't have the American dream of everything with bulldozers and diggers. I liked seeing people do things by hand and what could and had been done by hand. So that, and also learning the language. I got addicted to the Japanese hot tub as a wonderful thing for the body and the mind, and it changed me from being a normal American, we could say. So I thought I'd come over here and look and see if I could find an ideal place for a hot tub, and sure enough, I came down this peninsula and I met Frank Duff from the Legion of Mary, and he gave me one of his miraculous medals and said, "This is good for finding your dream or finding things." And sure enough, I parted from them and came right down here, and within an hour I found this place on a beautiful June day. I said, "Wow, this is great." And so then I started coming over for summers, and summers became longer, and I bought the land after a few years and built the house and played around. I love this rocky coast. I mean, I like the feeling of rocks. I like the contrast between the softness of grass and the hardness of the rocks and the way they feel. I mean, there's some kind of feeling I think you get from big rocks and big expanses of bare rock. Here, on this particular piece of land, it's learning how it changes, learning the depth of environments, because you can go 100 feet, 200 feet, and you're in a completely different place. There's a place just over the cliff here that I call a meditation room. I took some people down there a couple of years ago. They were all Buddhists, and they got really into the feeling of the place. And I realized I hadn't been there for 3 years. It's 50 feet from here almost, you know. So that kind of feeling, to be in a place that has such depth of feeling and change, has probably been the most impressive, memorable, because it's so nice here. It's better to have people come and enjoy this beauty rather than go out just to chase friendships. I've decided really in the last few weeks that I'm not going to try to live here anymore. I said at least 10 years ago that this is a really stupid place to get old. Because not only for the Irish climate, which isn't so good for old people, but the possibility of falling down and slipping and isolation and things like that. And so I've pretty well decided that, okay, I've tried, I've been waiting for things
the next person to come along, and they haven't come while I'm here. Maybe it'll happen when I'm gone. So I would hopefully still be involved and come back some, but I'm not going to try and live here on my own again. I think I'm 72. Yeah. So yeah, that's old enough to be smart enough to get out of here. I've got a setup in China where I've been going for the last. Well, I've been going there for nearly 30 years too, but in the last 12 or 13 years, I've been going regularly and spending a few months over there, and maybe that will work out for me as an old geezer. And there's lots of people there to take care of you. It's completely different from here.
From the holy unwise, denial and lies, are where innocent youth was forsaken.
Is that on the phone? Focus.
I have watched and I've been with lovers and friends, and sorry to see the dawn breaking. So fill up your glass to the future and past, in harmony be determined. There's more friendship poured out in a bottle of stone than you find in statute or sermon. There are those who are certain that drinking and courting is a sure way to hell and damnation. Well, if that is to be, it would seem clear to me that their God has no sense of occasion, for to fulfill his plan of woman and man, bring forth each new generation, and a bottle of stout and a bit of a hout can surely assist procreation. So fill up your glass, put your arm round your lass, in harmony be determined. There's more friendship poured out in a bottle of stone than you find in statute or sermon.